I can see that this cement pointing, it's quite loose and it's eroded away, so I'm going to try taking this out. The chisel I'm going to use is tungsten tipped. If you can, it's always better to use a chisel, the width of the chisel that is smaller than the joint, so if it's bigger it's going to wedge and potentially flake and break the brick edge. I'm using quite a light hammer. Usually you get a 2.5 pound club hammer. This is what they call a dummy mallet. It's what stonemasons use for letter cutting, and it's quite a nice weight and it's quite delicate for this work. It isn't very deep pointing, the cement, and it's coming out quite well. I'm working from left to right, so the mortar's got somewhere to collapse to. Ideally, if you can, you want to go in about 20-25 mil. Just have to be careful I don't chip the arises here. I'll give that just a bit more with a chisel. This is why sometimes it's best to leave the cement to weather a bit more before taking it out, because you can take it out like that with no damage at all to the edges of the brick. Something it's worth remembering on chimney stacks is, because they're generally a brick thick, is if you cut too far in, you're going to be into the flue. I'm going to chop along here now. Try and just get this a bit deeper, so the new lime mortar will have more of a key. Again, I'm going from left to right. Right, so just finishing off brushing these joints out, and then quite clean. So now, again, just because this is really, as you can see, it's really dry, so we need to just damp this down. So the joints, when I put the lime mortar in, the new lime mortar, it's not going to dry too quick. Now the trowel I'm going to use, they call it a tuck pointer, or it's sometimes known as a finger trowel, window trowel, but it's really good because it fits the joint nicely. Although this lime mortar does lend itself really well for this repointing because it's really sticky, so it does hang on the trowel quite nicely. Every time I renew the mortar on the hawk, I still have to mix it up or knock it up in the bucket, give it a good mix every time I put some on, because it does start to stiffen when it just sits in the bucket. So I'm going to start from this end. If I place it in, I'm just making a point where I can work from, and then once I fill it just about flush, when I place the next amount of mortar in, I've got something I can pull it onto. It's quite a technique to take the mortar off the hawk, and it's just a case of smoothing it down to about the width of the joint and then placing it in, and it's quite important to press it in as firmly as you can. We're going to leave that to cure for a bit, and I'll cover it with hessian so it doesn't dry out too quick, because we've got a bit of a drying wind today. So we've come back to the pointing that we did earlier, and it's definitely ready to joint up. So I'm going to use a hardwood stick to smooth it first. It's just going to be the first stage. Just really compress it, because at the moment it's really rough. Just going to smooth it all the way along. It's actually gone quite firm, which is not a bad thing. Just brush the loose bits off, and then I'm just going to go around the edges. This small trowel, just want to define the edges of the brick just tidies it up a bit. Also, I think it's worth mentioning on this brick where you can see it's lost the edge, it's lost the arris of the on the corner. It's very tempting to, when you point, to fill that in, smooth it off up to here, but I've tried to keep the definition, because if you do go for the trying to cover the brick and cover the corners, it just looks ugly. Now if I just give it another quick brush, and then I'm just going to get with this small wire brush, just take some of the stains off, just smarten up the edges a tiny bit. And finally, just need to give it another brush just to expose the aggregate. Now that we've got the damp hessian covering the brickwork, I'll be coming back to tend this over the next few days. Apart from that, it's job done.